You know, folks, a lot of times it's not the video you want to make, but it's the one you have to make, or you feel you have to make. For those of you unaware, and I'm going to leave a link to a couple of the articles in the video description, and specifically, there's been a guy on YouTube called The Quartering who's been covering this since it started happening. Famed comic book creator Stan Lee, at 95 years old, is going through some very difficult times. And from what we can tell, he's been the victim of elderly abuse. In recent months, his wife passed away, and he's 95 years old, and he basically has been dealing with a great deal of people who basically just kind of been swarming in like vultures and are trying to take financial advantage of him because he's very, very wealthy. But there's this asshole named Morgan who's, I think, going in and basically trying to philander money out of him. And Stan Lee basically had a restraining order placed on the guy. That restraining order very recently has been canceled, since it would appear there's been some issue where Stan Lee had more than one lawyer representing him in court. The judge was confused by why there's more than one lawyer, and there appears to be a little bit of scant information on that. It might appear that either one or more of these lawyers, one of these lawyers may also be someone else trying to scam Stan, or it may be that, again, Stan in his old age may have forgotten he hired two lawyers, and because of lack of clear representation, she dismissed. It was supposed to be an indefinite, like, kind of a permanent restraining order, and it's no longer a permanent restraining order. So it means this asshole can just go back in and start screwing with Stan. And there's apparently been a lot of cases of this. There's been reports of armed gunmen trying to break into Stan Lee's home. His daughter, JC, apparently has been taking advantage of him. And from the information that I've been able to gather, it's she's been basically involved with several men who are like, according to Stan himself. Stan has basically said that she's a vulnerable woman, and she's been an easy target for these kind of predatory men that are trying to take advantage of her. But it sounds like what's really going on is basically these assholes are going to her, and that are dating her and are trying to get money out of her father, and are manipulating her. But at the same time, it sounds like she's also manipulating Stan. And there's been accounts from one of Stan Lee's nurses that basically she's witnessed to several horrible cases of verbal abuse that she's levied against Stan Lee. And she also discovered some markings on Stan Lee's body while she was taking care of him. It's like on the side of his chest. So this is pretty serious. I've very, very recently in my life, I've been in a position where I've been helping an elderly person who basically can't take care of herself, and it's basically a friend of ours who we basically been trying to help take care of, and it's very difficult because it's you know, at a certain point, some people just, they're not as well, obviously they're not as strong as they used to be. They're not, and sometimes they're not as lucid as they used to be, and they can't make the best decisions for themselves. And you'd be surprised, these just assholes just come out of the woodwork and just try to take advantage of them and try to take their money. And it's the problem is, it's like, especially when it's a case where the person lives alone, they don't have any family. There's kind of a feeling of there's nothing you can do. And unfortunately, that appears to be what's going on with Stan right now. He's got a lot of money, but his wife has passed away. Unfortunately, it would appear his daughter is not a very good person and is just trying to take advantage of him. And this is a absolutely heartbreaking situation. Now, I'm not saying that we should just feel, I mean, any person, any elderly person that's in the situation, we should of course care about, and we should want to do something for. But I'm not saying, Stan deserves special treatment because he's famous. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, no matter whether he's famous or not, is wrong. What's happening to him is wrong. But the fact of the matter is, Stan Lee is a person that, although I've never met him, has had a profound impact on my life. He's a wonderful man, a remarkable creator. He's made many wonderful comics and many great stories. This is a man who gave us heroes. This man, is like a grandpa who's always got a good story and has really inspired people like me. He's really inspired people with amazing tales of adventure and what it is to be a hero. And he needs a hero right now. And of course, I mean, I don't know the guy, and I don't live anywhere near him. What can I do? And I guess just sit and watch people just pick away at him until he dies. It's gotten so hopeless for him that he just kind of wants to go to bed and die. And but again, Stan's a hero to me, but there's another guy who's a hero to me, and that's Mark Hamill. It's like Mark Hamill says, Jedis never quit. So I feel the need to do something. So that's why I'm here today, and I'm always about the positivity. The quarterings cover this very well, and one thing he's pointed out is that there's a lot of celebrities that know Stan Lee that don't appear to be doing anything about this. And of course, my own 2 cents added, maybe they got their own problems, maybe they're not aware of what's happening, but or maybe they just don't care. Maybe not real, that's the sad truth of it. Maybe it's just not their problem. But good old Kevin, who I've talked about on this channel before. And if I recall, I didn't say I pointed out I'm not, I'm a little disappointed with him lately for supporting movies that are clearly bad. But I believe also in that video I pointed out that I think Kevin is genuinely a wonderful person, and I'm very fond of. Kevin has offered to take in Stan Lee and to help him out. And Kevin, if you hear this, please do. Please, whatever you can do. And again, Kevin's dealing with his own health problems right now, and I mean, I'm not just saying just take another person in, but I guess what I'm calling out here is that, like, the first and foremost is whoever's out there who has influence, and anyone out there who's close to Stan Lee, who's got some money, and help him. I think part of what it sounds like is happening here is he's got a bunch of people that are directly, allegedly working for him, quote unquote, who are literally just kind of forced themselves into his life, and are cutting off all communication with the outside world, and they're basically they're abusing him. They're leeching money off of him, and he can't get rid of them. I mean, if he were younger, and like a lot of us, is like, we were in the situation. Well, you're not going to come to my house. I have a gun. We're not gonna, you're not gonna do that. But he's in a situation where they've inserted themselves in his life, and he can't get rid of them. I would strongly ask Kevin. You talked about this before, Kevin. By all means, please, if you can reach out to Stan Lee, maybe you can't. Maybe these people are, cutting are not, making it impossible to get to him. By all means, but you've got money, man. If you can get a lawyer, you can get someone to basically go in there and draw attention to this and basically address the situation. I guess, like, the most we can do, and I think the best thing we can do right now, is we can call attention to this. There's a couple people talking about this. There are a couple articles talking about this, but nowhere near enough. Nowhere near. I guess what I want to say is to all the people out there who love Stan Lee, all the people out there who are comic book fans, who's this nice old man came and gave us great characters and great stories and was always there with a smile and an Excelsior. If you care about this man at all, Spread the word out. Share this video. Share this video, like this video, and basically, but more importantly, just spread it, and make your own videos, make your own comments, spread the word, get the word out here of what's happening here. This is elderly abuse. This is elderly abuse of someone we all know and we all care about, and it's wrong, and something needs to be done about it. And I don't have a whole lot of viewers here. I don't have a whole lot of influence on YouTube. I'm about as insignificant as a speck as I possibly can, but I don't know what to do, and I have to do something. So I want to put this video out, and just make a call to action. Whatever we got to do. Do we have to fuck, man? I mean, if we see this asshole Morgan and these other assholes basically screwing with Stan, let's protest publicly to get him out of there. Call attention to the. I believe Stan Lee lives in the state of California. Write the government. Write the state of California. I believe there's what Stan Lee needs right now is conservatorship, which is looking. I'm trying to remember the right word. It's a province. It's not a province. Fuck. Conservatorship is a policy that's in place where basically the state can elect a representative, a paid representative, to handle Stan Lee's affairs and can prevent people like this from abusing him. And I think, I guess the best course of action right now is all the fans out there. We need, let's come on, let's protest. Again, you know how much I hate SJWs. This is a cause worth fighting for, though. This is a person who genuinely needs some help, who's given a lot to us, who's given us a lot of great characters. They're all... I picked this image in particular because it's all my favorite. There's my boy Wolverine right in the top right corner. All these great characters, all these great stories. He's given so much to us. I mean, we're like, his characters are now, we're all watching Infinity War, we're all watching the Marvel movies. This man has had an impact on so many lives, a positive impact on so many lives, in my life in particular, and he needs a hero now. We need to give something back. And Stan, if for some reason you can hear this, or if I can reach you in some way, I'll just let them know I'm praying for you. Don't give up. There are people out there that care for you, and we want to help. We just don't know how, and but we're not giving up. If we can find a way to help you, we're gonna. And if you can find a way to help yourself, or reach out to the right people, do it. Stan the man, Lee. God bless you, man. We'll love you, and we're not going to give up on you. So please don't give up on yourself. Yeah, so that's all I got to say here. Again, I mean, my main goal here is, if you can share this video, if you can reach other people. I mean, I don't know. If you can share this video and let people know what's going on, please do. If you watch the Quartering, I will put his videos in the description, and I will highlight some articles about what's going on here. But mainly on anyone I reach with this, spread the word on your own. Let people know what's happening to Stan Lee and how wrong it is. This guy is like a grandfather to me, and he's a great wonderful person who's given us heroes, who's been a hero to us, who's been a hero to all of us, and he needs a hero right now. So let's do that. Let's do whatever we can to help Stan Lee. That's what I want to accomplish here. So spread the word, and as always, Excelsior. All right, people. Get to work. Let people know what's going on. You have a great day.